Our final piece is the story of Niobe, and what happens to her when she boasts that she is better than Leto, who is the mother of Apollo. To present this piece, we will use 3 system-linked Xbox 360s running Halo 3.
Niobe had 14 children, and she could have been called the most fortunate of mothers, if only she had not been so proud. She had known Arachne, however she still did not learn from the famous punishment of Arachne that she should yield to the gods and use more modest words. One day, Niobe turned her proud eyes to the laurel-wearing Theban women who were giving holy incense and prayer to Leto, and the 2 born from Leto, and said,
"What madness is this, to place the gods only heard about before what has been seen? Why is Leto worshipped, while my divine power is still not honored with incense? What reason is there to prefer Leto over me? That woman was made a mother of 2. I have 14. I am greater than the sort of person fortune could harm. Imagine that one of my children was taken away. I still wouldn't be reduced to the number of Leto's children. Really, how far is she from being childless? Go, enough of the sacrifice. Take the laurel from your hair."
Leto became angry and went to the highest peak of Mount Cynthus to speak to her son Apollo.
"Look, Apollo, I am being kept from my worshipped altars, and in a terrible act, Niobe, the daughter of Tantalus, insults me. She calls me childless. Rush to my aid."
Apollo stopped his mother, for he had made his decision, and raised his weapon into the air.
"Your complaining delays her punishment."
With a swift glide through the sky, he touched down on a flat and broadly open field near Niobe's house.
I, Ismenus, Niobe's oldest son, was guiding my horse's reins when an arrow planted itself in my chest. I dropped the reins from my dying hand as I began to slide over my horse's right shoulder, little by little, onto my side.
I, Sipylus, heard the sound of the quiver and pulled hard on my reins, but the inescapable arrow followed me and struck me. The bare iron standing out from my throat, I tumbled over, face down, defiling the earth with my warm blood.
I, Phaedomus, and I, Tantalus, named after my grandfather, having finished our customary labors, were wrestling together. Our chests were together, when an arrow pierced us both. At the same time, we groaned. At the same time, we placed our limbs, spent with pain, on the ground. At the same time, we exhaled our souls.
I, Alphanor, saw what happened and went straight to my brothers, so I could lift their chill limbs in my embraces. Delian Apollo burst my innermost organs with his fate-bearing iron. Part of my lung was drawn out in the hooks of the arrow. My blood flowed along with my life into the breezes.
I, Mastodon, was hit in the knee. I tried to pull the shaft, but another arrow was driven up the feathers to my throat.
I, Ilioneus, was last. I lifted my arms in prayer and cried, "Oh gods, spare me, please spare me." I fell by the slightest wound, my heart struck not too deeply by the arrow.
The news of the death surprised Niobe, but also angered her that the gods had dared do these deeds. I, Amphion, Niobe's husband, also heard about the deaths. I drove a blade through my chest, ending my grief, dying together with the daylight.
Alas, how different Miss Niobe was from that Niobe who had driven her people from the altars of Leto, where when she was hated, she now was pitied. She brooded over her sons' cold bodies, kissed them for a final time. Then she lifted her arms to the sky and said, "Feed on our pain, cruel Leto. Feed on it, and sate your heart on my grief. After 7 funerals, I am still victorious. There are more children left to miserable me than to fortunate you. I still have 7 children."
As she spoke, a string sounded from the stretched bow. It terrified everyone but Niobe alone. Even in misfortune she was bold. The sisters of the dead were standing there in their mourning clothes.
One of them was pulling an arrow out of her brother when she sank down dying.
Another daughter was trying to console her poor mother when she suddenly fell silent and doubled over from an unseen wound.
This one daughter was trying to flee, but she slipped.
Killing frenzy.
Over her dead body, another daughter tripped.
Spree.
They never got back up.
The 5th daughter was trembling in fear, and another tried to hide. But they were too late. When 6 daughters had been handed over to death, Niobe covered her last daughter with her whole body, with her whole dress.
Leave me, my one youngest daughter. Out of many, I beg you for this youngest one alone.
While she was begging, the one on whose behalf she was begging fell dead. Niobe sank down, bereft and lifeless among her sons, daughters, and husband, and she grew petrified from her misfortunes. Her eyes and her sad cheeks became motionless. Her tongue froze and hardened. Her feet stopped being able to move. She became stone. Though the breezes could no longer move her tresses, Niobe continued to weep. A whirl of strong wind came and whisked her away to her homeland. There, on a mountaintop, Niobe continues to weep, her marble features shedding tears at her grief.